you can actually mess things up and nobody would notice it.
Brando, hey, let me tell you the truth. It's not about who you know, but who knows you. Brando, it's your story. You can rewrite it if you so choose. It's your life. You decide those moves. Brando, you want to talk about getting the bag? He built a 7-figure brand from scratch. Brando, it's the Brand Up podcast, but you already know. Enough talking, bro. Let's start this show. Brando.
How many of you agree with that? So that's cool, because I messed up pretty bad this morning on my way here. I realized I forgot my eyeglasses, so I can't see nothing on those slides. So, all right, so we're gonna talk about, you can see that fancy, cool headline. Bottom line is, all of you guys here sell something, yes or no? All right, so by show of hands, I just want to understand how many of you have a local business, cool, and how many of you sell things online, cool, so about half and half. This is gonna be perfect. So my specialty is figure out ways to get more leads and pay less for it. And that's it. Now, this strategy works perfect if you're one of these people, you sell some of these services, or anything in between. Getting clients is actually not too complicated. And I'll show you today in a simple process, in a 3-step process, how you can do it. Like, yeah, it's cool getting the words, $1 million and all that. What's funny is I never wanted to be branded as a marketing guy. It just randomly happened. In 2012, that's me right there. In 2012, I immigrated to the States. I'm originally born and raised in Romania, Eastern Europe. So I came here, immigrant mindset, working my ass off, 7 days a week, 3 jobs. 2013, my wife joins me, and obviously I want to give her the best life ever. What happens is, this is a funny story. We were in our honeymoon, and obviously, you want to enjoy your honeymoon. But the problem was, me being employed, my mind was, shit, I'm not making money. I'm here, supposed to enjoy my time with her in Dominican Republic, but I'm thinking, I'm gone, I'm not putting hours, I'm not making money. So that was the first trigger in my head, thinking about how can I make things happen in a way that, and how can I make money without actually being required to be in a specific spot. So coming back, so after 2 years, we saved up about $25,000, and I started what was my first business. That's what I said. I never tried to market myself as a marketing guy. It just randomly happened. I'm actually a business owner at heart. Like, I started a brick and mortar furniture delivery company. It turned up into a full-blown moving and storage operation in just about 2 years. And the funny thing is, 2 years later, so I had my business going on. It was already doing 7 figures. Being an immigrant, you have to deal with a lot of immigrant paperwork. And what happened was, one day I get a mail from United States citizenship saying that I got to leave the country in a week or I become illegal. There was some mix-up between my lawyer not sending some documents on time. So here I am, both me and my wife, having this pretty successful business. We have our place, and I have to leave everything behind, or I just risk to be deported, right? And I pack everything in about 48 hours. We buy plane tickets, we put everything in storage. And I was lucky enough to have a partner that could deal with the operation side of things and employees and talking to people here. But for 7 months being back in Romania, I was living on US time zone to just make phone calls all day long. And what happens was, during that time, my company actually doubled. Because I was out of the country, I was not involved in the operation day to day. So I was able to look from behind, what's the most important thing in any business? Who can tell me what's the most important thing in any business, especially when you're first starting out? Leads. Is how to get leads, right? You're not gonna make sales if you don't have people to talk to. Doesn't matter what you sell, you're gonna have to pick up the phone and call somebody, but who you call if you don't have leads? So then, coming back, a lot of people started to just ask me questions like, dude, like, you were gone for 7 months. How the hell your company actually grew into what it is today? And I started to slowly just chat with people. It didn't even call coaching, consulting, whatever you call it. I was just answering questions like, this is what I was doing in terms of traffic, getting leads and all that. So my mission is now to make sure that I can impact as many people as I can to my podcasts, to my videos, to events like this, to make sure that people understand how simple it is as long as you can put it in practice. So here's what we're going to cover today. Number one, like I said, leads are the lifeblood of any business. I don't care what you sell. Number two is we're going to dive real quick into building a personal brand or a business brand. This is one of the biggest debates in my opinion. And actually, I have a funny case study because I'm talking about my wife here. So it was the biggest challenge to make sure that things go how it's supposed to. And then how to become omnipresent. So let's dive into the first one. The most important thing to understand is there are stages to how your customers perceive what you sell, your products, your services, and all that. So you got people that know what the problem is. You got people that have no idea what their problem is until you actually educate them. Then you got people that know they need a solution. So those are the people that will go directly on Google and search for the service that they need. And then you got people that actually know your brand. So that will separate it. You probably guys heard already the whole concept of blue ocean, red ocean. All of you guys know. Red ocean is when a market is just oversaturated with your competition is really high. So it's a lot of people selling almost the same thing. Blue ocean is when you come with something new. So your brand is pretty much, regardless if it's a business or a personal brand, your brand is actually the blue ocean. So you probably heard this a lot of times. It's who you know. No, it's actually not true. It's not who you know. It's who knows you, AKA traffic, regardless if it's online or in person. So there are two types of traffic. It's very important to understand the biggest difference because this actually applies in real life, and we'll dive into some actual scenarios. So we got search, which is pretty much Google that dominates 93%. And then you got the second biggest search engine, which is YouTube. But these two are very different. I'll show you in a second how. So let's assume you need a plumber. You go to Google and you first type in plumbers near me. The first one that pops up, whoever is running the best ads, you're gonna click on it, you call them, you need them now, your bathroom is all messed up, you got it fixed, right? If you go to YouTube, are you gonna search for the same thing? Yes or no? No. You're gonna search for something that you wanna do, but you don't know how. So you're gonna search for a solution to your problem, but you don't need it now.
Brand up,